I already feel tired.
I can't believe that's.
I have a question. You say you're like in the car, right? You're like driving. You're on the highway.
I do be driving.
Your mom and dad in the front seat. You're chilling in the back seat.
Okay.
You see a
Just painting the
spider.
picture.
You see a spider on your mom's headrest.
Okay.
And you know for a fact she's super scared of spiders.
Mm-hmm.
How do you deal with that situation? Because you don't want to cause a crash. You don't want to cause panic inside a car that's going 70 miles per hour.
Or passenger?
She's passenger, but my dad is driving. But she could be
Okay.
freaking out, causing like a bunch of distraction to my dad.
Oh, she's the passenger?
Yeah.
Grab the spider,
I
throw it at
smack
her.
it so hard.
Exactly.
My mom knows I'm crazy. She going. My mom knows I'm a bug out. She's gonna be like, "Why'd you hit my chair?" And I'm gonna be like, "There was a spider."
All right, so while my brother said, "Oh my God, there's a spider," and freak out my entire car when we were like super young, and they got so pissed at him because we were going fast. Oh my God, a spider! Like he didn't even like. He didn't. That's the knee-jerk reaction, you know.
That's the initial reaction.
He didn't think it through. He was just like, "Oh my God, I gotta warn my mom before she gets bit." And she almost.
Crap out of
My
her
mom
first.
is she's so scared of spiders, and that shit just pops up, and you're just like, everyone's freaking out, and I'm just there like, oh fuck, what we gonna do now, bro?
Oh,
Because
man.
my dad is yelling at my mom. It was funny. It was a great time. I was small.
Five, four, three, two, and
Slow
one.
countdown, Justin.
3, 2, 1.
And we are live. Welcome to episode 24 of the WUWY podcast. My name is Viv, and we are outside again.
Facts. There's like Tweeties around us.
It's windy.
There's frogs.
And
There
there's
was a frog.
frogs.
Bro, I was trying to munch on that.
There's
thing.
like wildlife, bro.
Put your lips on the mic, Paul.
Hey, yo.
Oh, that's what I'm saying,
Yo,
bro.
pause. This
I've
man
had
wanted
frog
him on the
before.
glizzy.
I had frog legs before. It tastes like chicken.
No, it
What's
doesn't.
what's
Yes,
the
it
wildest
does
thing?
taste
Does
like
it actually?
chicken,
They
yeah.
always say everything tastes
Yeah,
like
what's
chicken.
Yeah,
the
I
most
don't know.
exotic
Chicken.
thing you've had?
What's the most exotic thing y'all had?
that you've ingested?
Snail. I've had snail. It just tastes like.
Snail is amazing.
No,
Haitians
that's
cook snail all the
fancy.
time.
I'm shackled by my.
I've had goat
religious
blood.
beliefs.
Goat blood. Is it just like the blood or is it like congealed? Because I know like in Spanish
Yeah,
culture
they
you
have
got
It's
pig
congealed
blood.
congealed.
soup.
It's congealed.
Blood
Oh.
soup.
Whatever that means.
Blood soup? How you
Yeah.
cook that?
Yeah,
no, so like they use cubes of the congealed blood as like ingredients in the
Oh,
soup.
that's the ice cube to
Yeah.
cool your soup.
Yeah.
Filipinos have-
Yeah,
wait,
a
do y'all
blood
do
cube?
that?
What?
Or used to do that?
Put ice in your soup.
Put ice in your soup to cool it down? Okay,
Used
just make
to
sure.
do
Wait,
make
for
sure.
real?
Used
Ja-
to.
I
Yeah.
Wait,
remember.
that's
What
so
the
good. I
fuck?
never heard of that.
I used to
Wait,
do that.
No, they
Yeah.
used some kid I knew. Oh, it's Jeffrey. He put ice cubes in his ramen.
Yeah.
Still? I don't do it now. Now I just
Why?
wait. Or
Yeah,
I
now I'm
or I
just- I'm
I
patient.
bite it and scream.
But-
I like it hot.
No, yeah, and
No,
I also
'cause
like
it's
stuff
like
out of here.
rip roaring hot, like out of the pot.
I
So
like
then
it.
you put
Oh
some
my
ice
God.
in
Ramen
it,
accidentally.
and then you can just eat it right away because
You
you're
just
too.
rapped so hard.
No, I didn't.
Rip
1 second.
roaring.
Put
You
your
gotta
lips
talk to
on the
man.
mic, Paul.
You gotta
Put your
talk to
lips on the
mic.
mic.
Oh
Facts.
yeah.
Welcome back,
What is
Paul.
this?
Well, this is our first 5-man pod.
First 5 man, and it works.
It works.
What
Just
up?
to set it up.
Hi.
I don't know.
Good to be back.
Wait, hey, Brian, have you had anything exotic?
No, nothing crazy.
Oxtail? That's not
Oxtail's
exotic.
It's not exotic.
Chicken feet. That's all.
Brian
that
can't even
stuff, all
eat
that stuff.
pork
I can't. Yeah, I
or
can't eat a lot of.
Oysters or
Mm.
shrimp.
Oh yeah.
Not supposed to eat stuff, which I eat all the time. Don't worry about it. Don't watch that.
I think the most I've had is rabbit.
Rabbit? I've
Rabbit?
had rabbit too.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that actually
Do you
sounds
shoot it
really
yourself?
good.
Yeah, no, I went to some restaurant. This is a long time ago. I thought this is like 4 years.
Interesting, right?
But-
It's a whole nother lifetime.
I think it was for my birthday, and we went out some restaurant.
If Ellie and Joel did it, I want to do it.
I don't know who that is.
Last
Oh,
of Us.
in Last of Us. Oh. Anyway.
I've had pigeon.
Really?
New
Yeah,
York pigeon?
fact, from
New
the-
York
The
pigeon?
New
From the
Pigeon.
city.
New York pudding.
The slingshot. Hey man, I'm not mad.
Oh no.
They're good. It's tasty. Tastes like chicken.
Why
Yeah.
is, why
I'm
is
just
that the
kidding.
go-to? Is that
Why
the
is it-
go-to? Because
Because
like
everyone always eats chicken.
Yeah,
and
is
it's
that,
like,
like,
it's
the
like the
most
lightest
universal?
tasting? Yeah.
Probably.
I would
Not
say
a
it's the
big-
lightest tasting meat. Is it meat or is it
Is,
not
poultry?
is pigeon gamey?
I don't know what that means.
Duck is gamey.
I've had duck
think
too.
duck is
Yeah,
Duck
but I
is
like duck.
amazing.
I don't
Duck
think
is
duck
good,
though.
Duck is good.
duck is amazing.
Have
That
you
might
had
be my
Venice?
first foray
Dude, we're such
into
carnivores.
food I'm not supposed to
I
eat.
fucking love meat. All pause.
Dude, stop
Whoa.
eating
All
meat, bro.
pause.
Whole pause. I've been trying to go just birds.
Just
Birds?
birds.
Yeah, that's
Because
hard.
beef is hard to. It's bad for the
Bless
environment, right?
Yeah,
The
it's
amount
cows
of
like how
pollution it
they-
creates
yeah.
for cows to just keep pooting out CO2.
Pudding.
Yeah, they just be flatulating, bro.
Yeah, they be
As they
flatulating.
should.
Yeah,
Maybe coconut
Gas.
headed.
it's destroying our ozone layer.
Fam.
Yeah, it's great.
I was doing that for a minute. I did the pescatarian.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
That
yeah.
that was hard as hell.
Except it was the
Until
water.
it
It was
wasn't.
the water fish.
Water.
Sorry, I'm
the
sorry.
Wait.
water fish.
I
As
saw
opposed
I saw
to-
this thing.
Land fish.
What?
I don't know what's happening.
I saw this
Me
thing,
and Paul in a weird.
and it
vibe
was
right
like, "Yo, do crabs think fish can fly?"
Yeah. That's a classic meme. I don't know. Can they?
Do crabs think fish can
Oh,
Yeah.
Think
'Cause
about
they're
it.
on
Think about. Open your pineal glands, bro.
now. Let's ask Mr. Crab.
I think the Australian crabs
That
can
wasn't-
float, so no.
Didn't hit.
Oh my god.
What'd you say, Brian?
I think crabs can float, so I don't. So
Yeah, that's
But
what I
it's a
was
funny
gonna
meme.
say.
But it's funny meme. You know what?
Is water wet?
No, it's not.
You
It's
actually have
not
an opinion
wet.
on this?
Water
I don't,
can't be
I don't,
wet.
I don't give a
Water is
flying
not
fuck.
wet.
I have no opinions on that.
Water's not wet. Shut up.
No, you gotta get wet by water.
Okay, go off.
Exactly.
So is water dry?
No,
No.
it's water.
Thank you.
Water's what?
Water's who?
Water's what?
Water's what?
Dude.
Water spot. Oh, speaking of water, did you see Kanye crying?
Wow.
Oh my god, transition.
That
This
was
guy's
good. That
transition.
was.
What about
gas.
Bib?
That was gas.
That
That was
gas.
pretty good.
Crazy.
What
That
about
was pretty
Bib?
good? Huh?
What about?
Kanye West. He said he's running for president, 2020, possibly 2024.
Mhm.
He's been out tweeting a lot the past week. I don't know. Some people have called him. There's been a lot of opinions split on him. Is he doing it for the album, which didn't get released because it's supposed to be released yesterday? Didn't get released.
Mhm. Is he
People
doing
are
it for
saying,
attention?
yeah, people are saying, is he having a sort of episode?
Absolutely.
Some people claim, he's sort of that he struggles with his mental health, especially the time around his mom's passing. That's what people like to say. I don't know. No one really knows. And then a lot of people just also didn't like his takes during the
Yeah.
the actual thing.
Harriet Tubman
Yes.
didn't actually free the slaves.
Okay.
Mm.
She
You're
just
spitting.
brought them north so that they could work for another white man.
Okay.
That's
See, I mean,
that's what Kanye said.
I didn't agree with it. One of my friends was telling me that they did, or that it was true, because I guess they're saying that like people still make the argument that the slaves, like black people, still aren't technically free
slaves.
or whatever.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah.
But I think when you are going after, or when you're saying anything disparaging about a hero, you're gonna have to really present yourself clearly.
Absolutely.
So he didn't really do that, because if you go from not having the ability to leave the master's yard to working and having your own family,
Mm-hmm.
you're free by comparison. So
Right.
you gotta be careful in the way you phrase these things. He also continued to say, like, the 30 seconds after that was like, he's like, oh, I'm not on the Gap board right now. I'm not on the Adidas board. Like, they're still, like, he's trying to make the argument that we still are, but he did not present that clearly, which is why a lot of people claim it's not, like, it was incoherent. That was the word I kept hearing,
Yeah.
that it was like rambling, it was incoherent.
Yeah.
And a lot of the ideas are there, but when you don't connect them, then it's going to
Yes.
be called incoherent. So that was the
like,
issue.
He has a problem throughout his whole like
Career.
career where it's like he has ideas, but he doesn't know how to present them, whether it be from the issues of mental health or he's just not the best speaker or
From
whatever.
George Bush doesn't care about black people. The cli-
He
That's
yeah,
a
the
classic, bro.
Yeah. He just doesn't know how to present his opinions. And again, there's some things that people are like, I don't disagree.
Mhm.
Like he's saying things that make sense in theory, but they're not presented in the right way. So like the whole, Harriet Tubman didn't free the slaves. He didn't say to the North though. He was just like, she just bought them to work for other white people. So it was like I think the thing he forgot to connect was that he meant now, as opposed to just like oh, I freed them to move them to other white people, like right away, you know?
Mhm.
So he was trying to connect where it was like, right now we're
Yeah.
still working under white people.
Yep.
White people are still owning big businesses, so it's like who's really in control, kind of that whole mentality.
Yeah.
But like you were saying, the rambling, the incoherentness, that comes with that's something that's common with people who struggle with mental health issues in different areas, where it's like there's a lot of rambling, there's a lot of
Mhm.
whether it's in an episode or some kind of flare up that they have. So he's not stable enough to be running.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely
Do you
not.
think it's? Do you think? I don't know. Some people. Do you think it has to be one? Like it has to be for attention, or that he's completely off? Like he's completely going through episode, or do you think it's like it could be both? Maybe he actually wants to run for president, and he just actually is going through something right now at the same time,
Yeah.
and he's dropping music.
I
Or
think
do you like?
Too
what do you
much on
guys
the
think?
plate.
I have no idea.
I think he's definitely going through a lot. I think a lot of people are, especially within quarantine. And celebrities or famous people are not exempt because there's not as many business opportunities. You're still just possibly just stuck at home, whether that home be $1 million home or some ranch in Wyoming. Like you're still not going to do many things. And if you're in that lifestyle, that's something that's continuous. And even when that gets shut off, then it's like, oh, okay, that's it. So he's struggling with that, like you said, his mom passing. I'm sure he has music and he's been working, but it's just so many things going on at once. And somebody who's a creator, I guess having all those things come on, like, just doesn't know how to handle it.
It's one thing though, like that's fine for him to go through all these problems and have this episode, but like I guess people are taking him seriously because he's running for president and he could potentially fuck up like a lot
do
of
you
things.
really think he's gonna upset the election? That's what
No.
I've come to act.
See, that's the thing.
I
Yeah,
don't-
we say that people won't take it serious, but there's gonna be those people that
I mean,
just
Chance said like I'll vote for him.
Yeah. Chance had stated his support for him.
yeah, but
I think he had talked to some people and he responded. He's like, I could see why y'all don't like him, but I still have my stance or something like that. I
Yeah.
don't remember.
yeah, but his whole reasoning was that he has a beautiful soul, and I'm just like, that's
he
not
what?
enough to be a president.
That he what?
Has a beautiful
Chance said
soul.
that Kanye has a beautiful soul, and
Oh.
I'm just like, it's not
He-
enough to make me vote
he
for
got
him.
called. I heard him like talk about it somewhere else, and he was basically just saying like Biden isn't good either or whatever type
Mhm.
thing. And
Yeah,
neither
absolutely,
is Trump.
yeah.
So he's like, why can't I vote for Kanye?
How do you guys feel about the argument that Kanye running for president is problematic because you take votes away from Biden and thereby leaving Donald
The
Trump in
Kanye,
power?
I feel like the vast majority of Kanye fans are like young people and
Who can't vote?
who either can't vote or
Probably.
aren't in states where their votes will actually matter.
Okay.
I mean, that's not a good argument because you should always
But,
vote and exercise your right.
In the presidential election,
Yes.
I mean, you should in theory, but I think local elections are vastly more important than.
I mean, yeah, but you
Presidential
should
election.
still
If you live in New York, you
exercise your right to try
Is
to.
your vote really? I guess it matters per se, but it doesn't really
does.
matter.
It does.
It does.
It does.
Does it?
Yes.
Bro,
I think
come
so,
on.
yeah.
Yes.
I think he should
Because
push
it's
the narrative
like
to vote.
it's like saying
Okay.
like, oh, somebody calling for like a change in this like some higher up government position, like maybe calling an office. That's not gonna do too much because it's just one call. There's already plenty there.
No,
So what would
I
be
feel
the
like
difference?
that's different though,
In what way?
because like you're talking to someone who your vote does matter in most of those situations,
Okay.
as opposed to like a presidential candidate. Like we live in New York, so we didn't even get to pick the Democratic candidate if you're a Democrat.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's basically been decided already before it even got here. So we
Yeah.
didn't have a say in that really. And then the Democrat is going to win New York by like 30 points most likely anyway, or 20 points. So I guess it does matter if no one voted. Yes, it wouldn't matter. But I don't like if 1 million people voted for Kanye. I don't think it would matter in New York.
Okay, I see what you mean.
But yes, you should vote. But I don't know
Maybe,
how
but
much it
Kanye
matters.
fans aren't only in New York.
You're in Wyoming.
That is true.
Illinois.
Wyoming.
In the swing
Florida
okay, if you're in a
swing
swing state,
state.
then do some
it's fair
research.
for us to be like, oh,
If you're not, it don't matter.
not, your vote
the
doesn't
thing
matter.
we often
It doesn't matter though.
the
yes.
the thing we
In the
often forget
presidential
about
election?
him
All right,
is
go
that
on.
he also has a strong connection to religion and the faith and
Mhm.
the church, and there's a lot of people who would connect to him with that.
Okay.
So they would be more inclined to vote for him just because of a lot of his ideas, I guess. I don't know exactly what his stances are, but he speaks heavily from the church in that stance because he's been connected
Yeah.
with it, you know? So like that's something considered also, that he's grabbing votes from
from
people who in that
the only
space
the
too.
only
I don't
time
know
the
about
only
that.
thing
I
I
don't know.
tend to fight back on is that because like we normally hear that agenda in terms of one particular candidate, and I just don't like telling people who they should vote for. Yes, I agree you should vote for blue in this election. I do agree on that. I just don't think you should force people to vote for whoever.
Oh wait, no. I don't.
You
think,
shouldn't. You
yeah,
shouldn't
no.
say like, oh,
Vote
a
for
Kanye
Joe.
vote is a Trump vote.
Yeah, I don't think you should do that. I don't think you should say if you don't vote for Biden, you're evil. I don't agree with that person.
Or if you
What?
you're not what, quote unquote you're not black if you don't vote Joe.
Yeah, I don't
Wait,
know.
black. You ain't voting for me.
I see that's the type of stuff. I don't know. I don't like politics
Joe.
in general. I think the system, like, it's hard for me to discuss politics. I think the system is just really dumb.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So I don't know. People
Well,
tend to get riled
Let
up.
me
over
ask you
stuff.
guys a follow-up question.
Ask me it. I'm so excited.
Do you guys think there should be some sort of requirement to become a president, rather than the age gate? Like, do you guys think they should be former members of public servant or some form of it, like maybe a mayor or something, like some minimum threshold,
Some political background.
some political activity where you're actually serving the people?
That's a great point. I'll let you.
I don't know, because they've been we've had that for years before, and it's not
Well,
like
actually,
they've been vastly better anyway.
Who was there wasn't president who wasn't in politics.
In politics at all?
He was a peanut farmer or something.
Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy Carter, yeah.
He was in politics before.
Yeah, was he?
He wasn't
Probably.
straight off the peanut farm.
He was just
No, he
Hoeing
didn't just-
hoeing peanuts.
I'm gonna run for president. he did.
But
I
no,
don't
but
know
I'm
what
saying
exactly
so
he
he wasn't deep rooted in politics though.
I think he had some political.
Has
I
some
think he
ties?
had some experience.
so.
I think he did.
Okay, my fault.
I could
know.
be wrong. But
Nah, he was just a peanut.
I learned
farmer.
nothing in high school.
Not. I don't know.
'Cause I don't know how
think
you-
the minimum requirement would fix that.
No, I just think you need to have some sort of experience behind you, like
Okay.
Yeah, but
to be qualified for a job of that magnitude.
Yeah,
True.
like people, like jobs, like any job.
Any job,
Yeah,
correct.
you kind of just. Need
But-
You need some
experience.
sort of
If-
minimum. And why is there
uh,
no minimum for the president
mean,
of the United
if-
States?
What about the
if
police?
we're the one who you wanted to
You
change
need
this,
to high school.
the one who
police?
like caused this stir up did run like $1 billion business. So that is like
I don't give a flying
in
fadoodle.
multiple countries, and like had to talk to like
I don't give
multiple
a
different
flying
world
fadoodle
leaders
if
and
you
had
ran a
connections
business.
from whatever.
You never
So,
serve
I
the
don't know.
public.
Is
you
that a
serve
minimum?
yourself.
I'm asking you, is that a minimum qualification?
Nah,
I don't know.
I don't think
So
it's
you have
enough.
to serve the public, in your opinion.
I think it makes sense.
But-
to have that.
is the you think like I don't see why that is like a good metric, because I feel like the whole system is just pretty bad anyway.
Because right now, really, what's the requirement? It's age.
You have to be 35 and born in the U.S.
Okay,
pretty
so
much.
that's it.
Dope.
So
I think you have to be a citizen
basically,
for
I'll
40
do it.
years.
if you have some kind of following in some way, shape, or form, then they can run for president.
Then you can be a president.
because they have
Can
a
you,
backing
though?
from people.
Yes. All you need is backing. If those two things are the requirement, all you need
But
is
like,
we
what
had,
if it-
like
what
we
if it's
had
Bill
40
Gates?
we had 43 of them. Maybe I'm misquoting one who wasn't like,
44.
Okay.
45,
I don't know.
47?
Actually, I don't know.
How many?
Fuck
We
that.
had 40.
Fuck that.
We had
What
like
I said.
let's say we had 40 before the one who's like the outlier in the system. Like I don't. It's,
Yeah, but
it's
no,
very
well,
rare that someone
see,
who's just
I'm
famous.
not
That's the
saying
thing,
it'll
'cause
fix
it's like-
everything, but it's just a little something.
I
something.
think right now it's easier to just have a backing as
Mhm.
opposed to somebody
Okay, that is
50
true.
years ago.
Social media,
Social
following,
media,
yeah, that is true.
internet
Yeah, I
age.
don't
Like,
want a
it's so easy
social
to have
media
a
influencer as
strong
a
backing
president.
from people all around the world. So like, if that's the only thing, Claude is right. Yeah, there should
So,
be some
okay, so
kind
then
of.
how long is it gonna be?
What do you mean?
Like how much? Is it 2 years? Is it a year requirement? Is any position?
Just well, no. I
That's
mean,
what
if you're
I'm
in
saying right now.
like whatever the year like maybe one term of
Yeah.
whatever,
Some public service.
some public service or
It's not a bad
Govern-
shout.
government position.
I just wish everybody vote counted, but you know it's whatever. It's fine.
No, bro, we need a businessman to run this country and get.
Capitalism.
Nah, that's strong though. But do you want to bring it up? What were you guys?
Nah, it was just the quote. What's the quote? It's like if you're under 30 and you're not a and you're not liberal, then you have no heart. And if you're over 30 and you're not conservative, you have no brain. That's the
Okay.
quote. So like we're all supposed to
I've
be
heard
liberal
that.
because we're young and blue-eyed and want to help everybody.
But everybody who's older, they're like, oh, wait till you get older, you
yeah.
change. Yeah.
So
Become
we were
very
just talking about capitalism, and there was one of the I forgot the guy's name now. It was a Joe Rogan podcast, but
okay.
yeah. So it was that's just a joke now. It's like everything we're just like capitalism, it rules all.
Yeah.
But what were your guys? Did you have issues with Kanye's thing besides the sort of don't know the album thing? Did you like look at his stances on opinions on things, or was that
He's,
not?
I'm not taking it seriously, so no.
Anti-abortion.
Okay.
There was
Warranted.
one thing
Okay.
that I did appreciate, I guess,
Okay.
from what transpired
Mm.
was he bought somebody up from the audience,
Yeah.
and he was like, hold up, like who disagreed with him, I think,
Yeah.
and he was like, hold up, let her speak, let her talk,
Okay.
let her say her stance, because I think he said something about anti-abortion, right? So I think
Yeah,
that's
something
yeah.
like that.
So he was like, and I think he also altered his stance. Not saying that the alteration was good or anything that he said was coherent or well thought out, but I appreciated, having somebody to come up to counter what you're saying, as opposed to saying you with an iron fist and be like, this is what I'm saying, this is what I think, that's it. That's all.
But then I also saw a video where he was like yelling at this black lady, and then I don't even
I
know
think for having a
for
mask.
also disagreeing with him. She gave some background to it and said that she like disagreed with him or something. She was like, he brought up the white girl and hugged her and everything, and then with me he was like, I can't even see your face because you're wearing a mask.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
everyone's like,
But that's the thing.
that
I
was
think that's
weird.
where the mania and the
Mhm.
paranoia comes in.
because he's just irrational. Like he's one
Yeah,
person it's
exactly.
a hug, one person it's
it's
a
just
fight.
he's all over the place. So again, he's not stable to do anything political at this
Wait,
point.
Claude, if you said you're not taking it seriously, then you just don't care about it at all.
Basically.
Why?
I mean, I just don't.
You
think
just
he'll
told
win.
me his vote matters. So then it's serious.
What do you mean his vote matters?
Or like
I
you just said he
everyone's vote
could
matters.
influence people in different states. So are you
What do you
taking it
mean?
seriously, or
I-
like, do you think he will influence people?
Uh,
Do you think he will influence people and it should be taken seriously, or he won't influence people?
I'm not
and you're
taking it seriously because I don't see him having a serious shot in winning, and I
Okay.
think he's just having some problems. So I'm just not paying attention to
Well, wait.
everything that Kanye is saying.
didn't we say that about Trump in 2016?
We did, but I
Wait,
think
Did
he
and
did
then-
also sign up on time for
yeah,
every ballot.
he had like a legit
Trump did take
start
it more.
and running,
Yeah.
campaign and
Kanye's like, oh, put in write-in ballots, which is like not.
Yeah,
a thing.
it's too
But,
late in the game,
you
but
know.
that's why I'm not taking it seriously personally.
Yeah. Okay.
understandable.
I just
understandable.
ignore things when I just don't give a flying fuck.
He's
about it.
anti-vax.
That's not.
He's anti-vax.
He's anti-abortion.
I mean, there was a lot of tweets. He was talking about Kim. The tweets were another thing.
Well, Kim and Meek
He was
Mill.
talking about Kim.
Honestly,
Meek
yo,
Mill,
but
his daughters.
I know people shit on Kim a lot because she just does her thing, but like she,
sure, that's why. Go on.
but she did stand up for him a little bit,
Uh-huh.
where she was like responded somehow. I think IG or something,
Mhm.
where she like put out something. She was like, "Yo, just like be compassionate. Right? Like let us. This is a family matter. Like let this be handled, kind of
Mhm.
thing. Like it just needs some time. Like there are things that he's going through. So like I don't know. I
He was
appreciate it.
also tweeting her like, before he was tweeting her like, they're trying to get a doctor to come here.
They're trying to lock me up. Yeah, because when you're in that mind state, you think that everyone's against you, and you know they're like, "Oh, you're just holding me down. Like these are my thoughts. I could let these thoughts out." But it's like, yeah, but maybe not all at once like this. Like,
and maybe not in front of public people.
Right,
Yeah.
He did
exactly.
apologize to her today as well. I saw that too. He was like, I brought up I made a private matter public, and I shouldn't have done
right, exactly. There's some
So-
things that it's like family business. Like it should stay. Paul, you have to stop that, please. Like family matter stuff. Like it should be dealt with in the family as opposed to made public and just had embarrassment. Again, I can't speak on the business of the Kardashian family, what they do to him or whatever it is that they're going through. So I don't
Yeah.
know.
Speaking of family, are you guys done with this topic or?
Oh sure.
Um,
Just
So-
segue. Don't ask.
Yeah,
Thanks.
of course, never.
so Wednesday night, it was around
Okay.
10 p.m.
Oh
My
I
my
know what's
power
coming.
turns off.
Okay.
10 p.m. and I'm chilling in my bed. I'm like, what is happening right now? So then I go downstairs. I'm yelling, mother, father, mother, father. No one's saying anything. I'm not hearing a peep. Then I walk towards my kitchen and I see screws and bolts and tools on the floor. I'm like, what the hell is this? And I'm still yelling mother and father, right? So then I walk to my parents' room and then I see the knob missing from the door. I'm like, what is going on here? So immediately I'm thinking someone had these tools, they opened the door in, they abducted my parents.
Wow. Wow.
That's what I'm thinking.
This is a
Wow.
lifetime movie.
So naturally, I take a knife from the kitchen.
Naturally, as
another,
most people do.
another knife story. I take a knife from the kitchen.
Oh,
I'm
this is
yelling,
a separate knife story.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Oh,
totally.
oh my God.
And I'm yelling mother, father. And then finally my mom, from her room, she's like, what? I'm like, I was yelling her name for 5 minutes and you didn't say anything.
I was tired.
And then she's like, I was sleeping. I'm like, what? The power's off. What's going on here? She's like, I don't know. Your father's messing up with the fuse. I'm like, where is he? She's like, I don't know. I'm like, what's going on here?
At what time?
10 p.m.
It's reasonable immigrant
and-
father
and-
times to be messing with a fuse.
And then my dad, then the power,
That's why I'm laughing.
the power goes on. Then my dad goes up the stairs. And then I'm like, bro, did you not hear me yelling your name? And he's just not responding to me. And he just doesn't care.
Wow.
And then he takes the knife from my hand and then he starts messing with the door. I'm like, what is this nigga doing?
He was like, "Oh, thanks, I needed that."
You came to help me.
Finally.
Dude, the power went down, so he had
Exactly.
to take the doorknob off.
I don't know.
Yo, wait. There's a there's a funny connection to that. It was a clip my brother was telling me about it from Malcolm in the Middle.
Okay.
So
I love that show.
the father, how it was a light bulb went out. He's like, oh damn, I gotta fix the light bulb. So he goes into the cabinet to go get another light bulb, and he sees the shelf of the cabinet is like falling. He's like, oh damn, I gotta get a hammer and hammer this in or whatever, or screw. Goes downstairs to the basement. Then he's like, oh damn, I'm out of screws. So then he goes in his car and he's like, the car doesn't start. And then so it's this whole line of
Yeah.
things. And then his wife comes home and he's like, how? Didn't I tell you to change the light bulb? He's like, what does it look like I'm doing? He's like under the car. It's this whole sling of things.
Completely something different, just because he saw it.
But no, like that be happening, man. It's just like one after another. Just
He
you gotta be
probably
changed.
needed the doorknob for something, bro. You know, you
Yeah.
never know.
Always.
You never know.
I thought I was going to have to stab someone. I don't know.
Why is that your
Why do-
first?
yeah, you always think you gotta stab
I
someone.
don't know.
What you like? What?
Do you guys ever have? I used to have these dreams where like I'd have a home intruder and then I'd like fight off the bad guy and then save
Wait,
my
but
family.
In your dream, could you actually punch? Because like I
Oh, he
know
was
in my
super
dream,
strong. He
I'm
was
just like-
ripped. He
Yeah,
was
yeah,
6'5".
Yeah,
Growling.
I was seeing eye to eye with the guy, which never happens.
okay.
Okay, no, he was just a short robber.
Of course,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Yo, I had this theory about dreams. I think I said it in the chat, but Claude, I think, was the only one responding.
Okay.
So, I had this theory that like dreams are actually a gateway to like, you know how there's a theory of like alternate realities or just like parallel timelines. Like when you're dreaming, that's you like opening a vision to like that parallel timeline, and then when you wake up, you go back to your own. And then when you die, you go to that other timeline, and then boom.
Is it because of
What?
deja vu?
But what makes that timeline like?
Huh?
So like,
So an ultimate
Outlandish?
timeline.
yeah.
Because in alternate timelines, there are like ridiculous things that goes on.
But why? Like, what would be?
Because that's like the whole theory of it, where it's like in another timeline, there's like a string of events that makes this certain thing possible. And even if it's just a slight change, like maybe we have 3 arms or like 12 fingers or whatever it is, but it's like in those timelines, those things happen. You
In
know?
another time, I'm having a threesome with Ryan and Justin. What? Based on last night's stream.
Cut.
I'm just kidding. That's a complete joke.
That's a vibe.
Anyways, I heard.
You doubt?
Wait, this man. You know what? Actually, that is.
Don't
go on.
don't acknowledge.
You know, apparently, okay. There's another theory that something.
He's so offended.
Nah, go ahead.
Why wasn't I invited?
Yeah, that's
You got Janelle, bro. I'm sorry. You got Janelle. You gave me cheating.
Yeah, monogamy, right? Anyways,
He's
still beefing,
I love it.
You were saying
anyway,
Dennis.
so there's a theory like
Okay.
whenever you're given a decision between like two options
Mm.
and you pick one option, reality splits in half, and there's another timeline where you pick the other option, and then timeline goes through there,
Yeah.
and then it goes through here, and then it keeps splitting off
And
every
that
time you
happens
have
for
a
every
decision.
human ever.
Apparently,
That's
Where are these
crazy.
timelines
That's
kept? What
crazy.
database? Sorry.
That's what I'm saying,
My
dude.
SQL.
All right, comp sci.
what?
I said SQL. I don't even know
Oh,
what that
that
stands
is-
for.
It's squeal.
So time is just a tree.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, just roots.
We're
More,
all trees.
bro. You're really spitting right now. We're just all trees because we come from ashes and we make up dirt,
Dude.
bro.
I think we're just all high right now.
That's what I'm saying.
Something that Chinese food.
What?
Yo, imagine paying $7 for that portion size.
All right, listen.
Look,
I make
yo,
a lot of bad purchases.
That's
That's okay though.
that's a big thing. Like, I was going somewhere. Hold up. They accept Venmo in the thing, which
Okay.
took me back. I was like, oh, this is dope because like I don't have to pull out my crusty cash.
Why?
But
Brian
crab.
hates Venmo for some
But-
reason.
I don't hate Venmo.
Yes, you do.
All
But-
right, just make up
Oh,
things.
Venmo, yeah.
That's cool.
oh yeah, thanks. But I wanted to ask you like, how much of like regular shopping? Claude asked this to me too. Like, how much of regular shopping are you guys gonna go back to in these next like few months?
I have no idea.
Paul, because Paul likes shopping. He
Yeah.
likes
I
clothes.
do.
Dude,
I
Men's
don't know.
fashion.
Put your lips
Speaking
in
of
the
Mike,
Paul.
please.
I don't know. That's all I was saying. No,
Oh,
I haven't bought. Okay, that's a lie. I was gonna say something. Okay, like for real shopping, like going and like coming back with like loads of clothes.
Yeah.
The last time I did that was, like freshman year,
So 3 years
Okay.
ago.
3 years ago. Yeah, that's why like all my clothes hasn't changed.
Yeah.
Besides this, like
So wait, is it just that you don't shop anymore, or is it that you just do online stuff?
once I accepted the fact that I was broke, a broke college student, I was like, you know what? I'm just not gonna.
Okay.
I need food.
Well, that's good.
Smart. I don't know.
But
What about the rest of y'all?
I like the mall.
I love it.
the once a summer
love
mall trip to a random mall.
Yeah.
17 bags.
Getting Starbucks.
bunch of money I couldn't afford to spend.
There you go.
It's a vibe.
But you know, I
good
don't do a lot of
day-waster.
online. I don't remember the last time I bought like a clothing item online. I don't know if I ever have. No, I definitely bought some jeans. That's a lie. But I very rarely buy stuff online for clothing. So I don't know. There is something to be said about having that whole feel of like
Mm-hmm.
walking to the store. No,
Yeah. Yeah.
I
no,
know
I
there's
think
it's
definitely
COVID
there, yeah.
time now.
It's a vibe.
So
So
is
you're
that
just
why
trying to
you're
wait
not
it out?
going, or is it just like you're off the? I think you said that in chat. You're like you're off the fast fashion type.
Yeah. I've been
Deal.
trying. Like I was saying
Guru
this before.
Justin.
This is not okay.
Hippie Justin.
I'll
Alright.
get into that, but but I've been trying to be more conscious about like where I shop or where I spend my money, because like I think it makes the most sense, because like especially once that like Goya thing happened,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh
Dude,
word.
wait, can you guys explain what happened there? Because all I saw was Trump posing with. Goya. I was
Dennis,
very
you can take it and
confused.
then I'll keep talking.
Goya is siding with
Political
Trump. I think they've
correspondent.
donated to
A whole bunch of
the
corporations.
Trump-
They
the main owner of Goya just he's voting for Trump, and that
The
kind of goes
CEO.
against
Oh, so
like,
he just said that he
their
was.
whole demographic of
Oh,
people
so
that
yeah.
buy from Goya. It just goes against everything.
Is the owner?
So
Okay.
he's Hispanic, yes.
Spanish,
Okay.
like from Spain. I think his grandfather started the company in
So he's
Spain.
Spanish.
That makes more
That's what I
No.
believe.
yeah,
Okay.
Now,
I didn't know
now
he
I'm
was
scared,
Spanish.
but
Spanish.
That's
I
what
thought he was just
that's what I
Hispanic.
thought I read.
Latino.
Conquistador.
Okay.
Continue on,
Interesting.
Justin.
So yeah, so that happened, and it goes into the whole sense of like, okay, where you're spending your money makes sense or makes a difference in certain things that you believe in.
Mhm.
So like, if you don't side with or believe in the things that Trump supports, like you supporting Goya is like indirectly supporting him because
The money goes.
the
to,
money,
Yep.
donations, whatever it is, they
Mhm.
goes
can go
against
to
your
him,
belief.
kind of thing.
Home Depot
So
is with Trump, so everyone's going to Lowe's now.
tracks, go to
I
Lowe's.
know that upset a lot of people, but
So it's like being more conscious of where I spend my money, what type of businesses are there. If I really need to buy new clothes, where exactly can I buy where they're not only like sustainable businesses, where they're using ethical products and
Not made in China.
not made in China that fast kind of thing. Like this is one brand, I think it's Cotton, Kotn,
Mhm.
where they're like Egyptian like silk, not silk, cotton company, and they buy directly from cotton farms in Egypt. They have like strong
Dope.
businesses. They like
Dope.
sustainable stuff. Yeah, so like they're buying from them. They're eco-friendly type of thing. Like it's worth buying from them because you're helping people who have businesses out there. So it's like companies like that. Also just like I've been like I changed soaps. Like I changed
Mhm.
deodorants. Like
Is the price
You're being a
concerning to
modern
you?
consumer, Justin. Very much so. In
Huh?
terms of showing your activism, you're being
Yeah.
a modern consumer.
yeah, I feel like well. So okay, two things.
Two questions.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yes, that's the whole thing. Like just being conscious of where we're spending my money, and like because it makes a difference, I think. And
Mhm.
two, you were saying,
Is the price difference
yes.
noticeable or
it is, but
significant?
I don't shop often enough where it would make that much a difference. Because if, in at least my sense, if you're buying like the fast fashion stuff,
Mhm.
that stuff is only gonna last
So long.
months, half a year,
Bought
whatever.
the same white shirt 4 times in
Right.
in 3 months.
So, but then buying from a sustainable company where they're using good products, it's worth more because it'll last longer, type of thing. And then also like I think I'm in a comfortable enough position where I can spend those extra dollars in buying things like that, and I feel like that's the ideal thing, like to get to well off enough where my purchases are conscious of those things and it's not just buying to buy materialistic kind of idea, you know?
Is this in everything or is it just clothes? Because I feel like it's very hard to do this in everything though.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very
Because,
hard to
like,
do in everything.
That computer probably wasn't the
Yeah, no,
the
exactly.
bestest
And also
of-
like it
Yeah.
changes over time, like
of course, yeah.
whatever. But it's incredibly hard to do for everything. Clothing is like one of the things I've thought of. Eventually food, but food can get expensive in that sense
yeah,
too.
most definitely.
What's it called? Like I said, like beauty products, like cosmetic stuff. Like I've changed soaps. Like I have like, it's not as many chemicals in the soap.
Mhm.
Deodorant is like it's not like a bunch of chemicals in that. You know, so it's like things like that. But I don't know. I don't know how far it'll go. And it's not like I'm not just gonna not go to the mall with y'all either. Like,
No,
I
that's
still
what
pull up.
exactly what it said.
That's what it
but it's
sounded
okay.
like.
That's what I think. That's what Cole took it as. That's what I'm saying.
I was like, damn, Justin's not going to mow you.
no, like I'll go with y'all. I
Snap.
might not buy.
Verizon.
He's only going to green smoothie. That's the only
Yeah.
thing.
You ain't going to Uniqlo to buy those sweaters? You love Uniqlo.
I do like Uniqlo, yes, but also like switching to like things like thrifting or like things like
I
that.
do want to try thrifting, but I don't know where
Because
to go.
I've gone a handful of times, and it's like, yeah, it's great stuff. They have good quality stuff. It's just you have to search a little more. It's not like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm gonna go
Yeah.
there to get this one thing.
No,
I'm in, I'm out.
you gotta look for those
Yeah.
gems, bro.
Yeah, and like that could be a type
One
of
thing-
like that could be your mall
A
outing.
lot of the clothes there is like pretty. It's not up to date in a sense where the clothes are new,
Mm-hmm.
but like some of it is like really old school that people want to wear now. Like 'cause
Yeah.
the style is like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
'Cause
There's a lot of that.
yeah.
Style over piece of stuff, just like a lot of things. Yeah.
And the quality back then was pretty good, and it's also very eco-friendly if you're recycling clothes.
Right,
too.
exactly. You're recycling. That's
'Cause
another thing. Yeah.
Becoming a consumer to fast fashion, you're kind of just feeding into the whole. Let me pay these workers like 5 cents so they can make this shirt, and then it's just
Right.
like.
It's like,
third
how long
world
is this gonna
countries.
last? Is it actually? Yeah. And like again, that's not something I'm preaching to y'all to like. Yo, y'all gotta like hop on the, like.
I'm not gonna
Mhm.
shame you. I'm just gonna say like be
No,
mindful.
we should like. That's. I feel like
That's a step
that
in
was
the
a
right
big part
direction.
of like the consciousness
Mm.
of most of the movements that were occurring. Is just like think about what your money's going to.
Be mindful.
Think
yeah.
about who you're supporting. Just do that, and just if you just think. What was that?
What's up, Big
Yeah,
Business
no,
Squad?
What's up? Say what's up. What's
No,
up?
I'm just saying, like, I don't see myself like being conscious. If I like it, I'm gonna buy it. But that's just me.
Okay,
I know
business
other
major.
people aren't like that.
No, you a sheep. It's alright.
What does that mean?
You a sheep, bro.
You follow.
Yeah,
You
bro.
You're a
follow.
natural,
You
too.
follow the
We all
business major.
follow. Everyone follows.
You push
everyone.
further capitalism
Mm.
and
Everyone's
keep the
pushing-
status quo in society,
Everyone's pushing capitalism.
just so you can get money.
Everyone's pushing capitalism.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
know.
just business
Everyone's
wages.
pushing capitalism. Of course.
Of course, that's why.
No, I mean even the businesses that are like better are still capitalist.
Yeah.
that's why we.
It's just
It's like,
Yeah.
but it's like, okay, be conscious of.
Conscious
Who-
capitalism. I think that's actually a thing.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, just be conscious of what kind of capitalistic businesses you're supporting.
Anyway, that was our episode. We appreciate you for tuning in. If you made it here, you're a real one. I love how Paul's mask was half off his
the whole
face
time,
the
yeah.
entire time.
He broke it.
Stupid. But yeah, we appreciate you guys. We'll see you next time. Thank you for tuning in.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.